flights, young barracuda watching for them gray whites, way bright stage lights. They might just take the pipe if I play it right. Aim tight, go bananas, take a bite. Hold the hammers, might take your life in your pajamas. Play it right and take a hike to Alabama. I'm gone. I be in and out the spot. I ain't got no time to talk. Nigga, I'm gone. I be on and off the road. I be living like a boss. Nigga, I'm gone. Shawty do it like a pusher. Knock the pussy out the park. Nigga, I'm gone. We been racing to the money. I been winning from the start. Nigga, I'm in your city with.
As the founder of Immjuss LLC, I am proud to offer services that can help improve your mood and overall quality of life. I understand the importance of self-care and mental health. I have dedicated my time to discovering how art, music, and smells can help bring joy into people's lives. Immjuss LLC offers a wonderful collection of paintings, extraordinary scented candles made with natural herbs and flowers, consulting services for advice and listening, as well as moon water. Visit immjussllc.com. No matter your needs or desires, you'll find something special here.
I didn't even have my sound on. I am so sorry. Let me make sure. All right, my bad, y'all. Oh, I wasn't even looking at my soundboard. Well, my soundboard says one thing, and sorry. All right, so I'm glad I checked. Oh my God. What is up, y'all? What's going on? How is everything going? Oh my goodness. So this right here is my second part of my 3-part series, y'all, about the migrants. What's going on? What I believe is the reason for the influx or you know what I'm saying, for the lax laws and the laws that they are now making to protect these illegal migrants coming into the United States. The first part, if you hadn't seen it, is about it's Obama and the laws that he had put in place that I believe is going to contribute to the outcome, y'all. So this is part 2, y'all. This is about United Nations. The reason why I'm doing it, the reason why I am doing it the way I am in this 3-part series instead of just jumping in and giving my opinion on what's going on is so that I can give you guys some background so that when I do give you my opinion at the end, you guys understand, you know, more of why I'm saying what I'm saying instead of just, you know, well, why you say that, just? Why are you saying what you is saying? And then I get frustrated. Because I'm going to get frustrated, y'all. Because you know your good sis is. Because you know your good sis. I got the ADHD. So all them questions is going to get on every bit of my nerves. Like, no, it might. I ain't going to hold you. It's not. It might not get all the way on my nerves. It might get a little bit on my nerves. Like, it might be like a butt cheek on my nerves or some shit. It ain't going to be like the whole sitting all the way on my nerves. Okay, so let's get into it. So today, like I said, we're talking about the United Nations. So let's hear about it. This is George Bush Sr. talking about the New World Order.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders. We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations.
All right, so that was George Bush Sr. Giving his speech back in the day. about the new world order in which we're seeing come to pass right now. The one that they told us wasn't true. Okay. They said it wasn't true. They said this new world order was a conspiracy theory. I don't know if you guys remember that, because before 2020, 2019, the new world order and anything about it was a conspiracy. It was a conspiracy, y'all. They didn't want us to talk about it at all. However, now we talk about it, the new world order, all the time, and they try to blame it on COVID. They're trying to say that the new world order has been ushered. I'm sorry, y'all. The new world order has been ushered into place because of COVID. That's not true. All right, so um here, this is it. Oh shit, no, cancel. All right, so let's get to it. I want you guys to meet Alice Bailey. Okay. Alice Bailey is a creator of the publishing company. I have notes, y'all. Let me put my notes right here. Put my notes right here. I should get them little cute little cards and stuff so I could just hold the card like this. I could just hold the card up. All right, so Alice Bailey right here, this woman on your screen right now. She is the creator of a publishing company named Lucifer slash Lucius Publishing. This lady right here. This lady right here. Lucifer slash Lucius. Let me go down. Here we go. It's called Lucius Trust. She founded it in 1922. Its activities include a school, a world goodwill, triangles, a quality a quarterly magazine called The Beacon. The Beacon, and a publishing company primarily intended to publish many of her books. All right. So it says the world goodwill is intended to promote better human relations. Where am I? Oh, through goodwill. Link up in throughout each day and meditate on the right human relations, y'all. Visualizing light and love in actions. That action included support of the United Nations. All right. So she wrote books that was inspired by the teachings of a lady named Helena Blavatsky, I believe it was. I don't know. I'm sorry if I didn't say it right, if I didn't say her name right, but her books and her writings, all of her books was inspired by the teachings of this lady right here, Helen. All right. Helen, it says, she was born, August 12th. However, Helen was a Satanist. She was a Satanist, and she believed in the Luciferian occult practices. She believed in all of that. She believed in the occultism. She was a high rank in occultism, and she was a witch, y'all. I ain't even gonna hold it. This lady right here was something serious, and she was something dangerous, and she didn't play. So her and her concepts and her theories and the way that she believed, her teachings is literally what Alice based her books on and based her theories on. All right. So they also call her Madame Blavatsky. So Alice, let's go back to Alice Bailey. So Alice Bailey, her philosophy and her beliefs became the foundation adopted by the United Nations. The whole point of the Lucius Trust was to write out the philosophy, the principles, and the foundations in which the United Nations was built upon. That's why when you hear them talk about, the United Nations, They talk a lot about one love and stuff like that, which I believe is a crock of BS. But that, and they even have in the United Nations, they have a meditation room to where as though you go and you meditate and you visualize and all that other stuff. So, and right here on it, it says she founded the Lucifer Publishing Company, and it says how Lucifer and Lucius comes from the same root word, lucis, being the Latin meaning of light. So, hold on, let me make it a little bigger. Okay, it's the Latin meaning of light. So, yes, and she's part of the Theo Society. And if you had seen it, hold on, if you see it, the society she's a part of right here, when I went to Madame Levinsky, her Wikipedia, let's show. She's also part of the same society right here. See, the society seal. They're a part of the same society. So they have the same beliefs, the same moral grounds, the same thoughts, the same all of that stuff. So let's go to the United Nations. So the United Nations, guys. The United Nations was established after World War II with the aim of preventing future world wars, and it succeeded the League of Nations, which was characterized as ineffective on March 25th of 1945. 50 nations met in San Francisco, California, in conference. So, the United Nations was started back then. So, hold on. So, look, I want y'all to see. It says right here, it shows you their membership, because you go to the Wikipedia United Nations. It tells you, the United Nations, how it got started and stuff like that. The memberships, their objectives. Their objectives was, like I said, to make sure that there is not another world war. They also, their objective is also to, try to have a sustainability, and we're going to get into that, for the world, right? And they say, this is what they say. They say that the reason for the United Nations is to make sure that nobody goes hungry, that there's peace across the world, that everybody has a fair chance at life. This is what they're saying. This is what the United Nations say that that their end goal is. Okay, so that's how they packages it to us. They talk about human rights and economic development, and human assistance. They also talk about environment and climate and some of the other goals and issues that they have. Um, so, yeah. And these are the top 25 contributors to the United Nations, but in the budget 2022 to 2024. United States is at the top. Then you have China, Japan, Germany, United Kingdom, France, Italy, Canada. Now, I've told people this, and I said this when I spoke on the Agenda 2030. The one world government, the United Nations, is going to be the head of that. There is no longer going to be any more presidents of the United States. It's no longer going to be, anything like that, which is one of the reasons I do believe that they're kind of phasing the whole president thing out. It's out with the old, in with the new type situation that they got going on over there. Another thing that one of the main things that Alice wrote for the United Nations is the 10 rules for the one world government. So let's show that. Let me show you guys that, y'all. Because good sis, Good sis is on one. But when I show you guys what she put there, and you guys see this, you'll see how it's being implemented today. Now, I want you guys to stick with me because it all is going to make sense in the end. I promise you it is. I really do. I really do. All right, so Alice's, this is her 10 rules, 10-point strategies of a new world order. All right, so let me have to make sure. All right, so here, let me make it bigger. All right, so number one, take God and prayer out of the education system. That kind of, they took prayer out of school. Number two, and they separate church and state. Remember that. Number two, reduce parental authority over children. Number three, destroy the traditional Christian family structure. Number four, if sex is free, make abortions legal and easy. Number five, make divorce easy and legal. Free people from the concept of marriage for life. Number six, make homosexuality an alternative lifestyle. Number seven, debase art, make it run mad. Number eight, use media to promote and change mindset. Mm. Number nine, create an interfaith movement. Number 10, get governments to make all these laws and get the church to endorse the change. And we see that coming along, how the Pope is, he's with the ish, y'all. He is with the ish. All right, so let's go back and look a little bit more at the United Nations, y'all. So United Nations, one place where the world's nations can gather together, discuss common problems, and find a shared solution, y'all. That's what they say. That is what they saying they are. So let me see. Let's look.
Welcome to New York and to the United Nations headquarters. You are going to take over the most impossible job on earth. But I wish you all luck and all the best.
Thank you very much for those kind words.
The United Nations is at a crossroads.
I feel that the Secretary General will be called upon more and more countries.
It's a symbol U.S. accountable for all the U.S. Members. Let me see. I'll read it. He is an advocate for the interest of the world's people, especially the poor and the vulnerable. So the United Nations, they want to say how, they're catering to the world's poor and, the world's vulnerable and, the people that need help the most. At first I was going to let it ride out, but I was like, let me just go ahead and read it. So the current Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, took office in 2017, I believe it says. It says he was first to be selected through a process involving the public debate and discussions. We need to have more women in government, in the municipalities, in the administration, is what he's saying. He pledged to work for a peace, development, and gender equality and United Nations reform. Today's complex, dang, my bad, y'all. It says today's complex challenges can only be inspired a humble approach, and this requires the Secretary General to maximize the unique oh shoot, the unique convenience and power of the covenant power of the UN. Dang, the reusable. Hold on. Okay, the redouble efforts for a surge in diplomacy. God dang, diplomacy for peace to foster trust, build confidence, identify areas of meditation, meditating, good faith, and constantly bring people together. So, like I said, that's what I said. Like they talk about peace and love and light. They like talking about that, but to be honest with you, they're built on Luciferian policy. Their whole their and I just showed how their everything that they do and they talk about is based upon a Luciferian practice and satanic satanic principles. So let's see. Let me see where I wanted to get. I wanted to go to the main bodies. The main bodies of them are, let me see. I showed you before, but you got the General Assembly, the Security Council, and the Economic and Social Council, the trustee, and so on and so forth. The UN system. The United Nations is part of the UN system, which, in addition to the UN itself, comprises many funds, programs, and specialized agencies, which each of which have their own area of work, leadership, and budget. So, the United Nations is they control stuff like, when they talk about, how we are having a lot of uh, what is that, global warming issues and things of that nature. The United Nations, they speak and they talk on that. The United Nations is also the head of the 2030 agenda, which is sustainable development. And something that you guys might not know about, a program that you guys might not know about is, let me show y'all. It is, let me see. Is this it? Hold on, y'all. No, this is the defense. That's something else, my bad. Let me see. The Wildlands Project. All right. And this is a article saying the Wildlands Project unleashed its war on mankind. However, what the Wildlands Project is, the Wildlands Project is a project where I want to show you guys. They actually show you, or they show us how they want to put humans in sustainable developments, right? They want to put humans in sustainable development. Sustainable developments is like little cities. Here you go. Little smart cities. See? And they also call them 15-minute cities. It's also called like 15-minute cities. So these little cities are, I want to show y'all the map. Let me show you guys the map. All right, so right here it says the Wildlands Project is a nonprofit organization that use to map connections to wildlands in North America. Science. The Wildlands Project was founded in 1991 by Michael and David and Douglas to prevent species extinct from going extinct. So what they do is they show, let me show y'all the images. These are the maps. This is a map right here. So this is the simulated reserve and corridor system to protect. Here, let me see if I can make it bigger. So here, all right. So The red is core reserves and this little to no human use. So the red is where there'll be no people allowed there, right? The yellow is highly regulated use. So people can live there, but they're going to be highly regulated. So this is one of the things that, they want to do. The orange is NAFTA 200-mile wide international zone of cooperation. So green is normal use. You see the little green spots is where, is normal use. The pink is Indian reservations and the gray is military reservations. So this is one of their plans to put people in sustainable cities, sustainable developments, you know, easy to manage cities. But they're saying they're doing this to make sure no more animals go extinct. They're trying to say that human beings are like the plague, and they need to keep us contained to certain places so we don't, mess with the wildlife. So it's called sustainable cities and human settlements. If you go to the United Nations websites, this talks about that. The 2030 agenda is literally called the Sustainable Development Agenda. So human settlements. Cities are hubs for ideas, commerce, culture, science, productivity, social, human, and economic development. Urban planning, transport systems, water, sanitation, waste management, disaster risk, disaster risk reduction, access to information, education, and capacity building are relevant issues to sustainable urban development. In 2008, for the first time in history, the global urban population outnumbered the rural population. They said it was more people then, well, no, let me put that. At the surface, it sounds like it was more people than it is like wildlife. However, there is urban and rural when it comes to people as well. So what it sounds like is like, look, it's too much ghettos out here. It's too ghetto. All right, it says, with more than half of mankind living in cities and the number of urban residents growing by nearly 73 million each year, it is estimated that the urban areas account for 70% of the world's gross domestic product and therefore generated economic growth and prosperity for many. Hey, Fame. So, yeah. Hi, sweetie. So, yeah. Um, Sustainable human settlement development was also discussed at the second and third session of the Commission on Sustainable Developments. Promoting sustainable human settlements developed is the subject of Chapter 7 of Agenda 21. Y'all remember how they said Agenda 21 wasn't real? Which calls for 1, providing adequate shelter for all, 2, improving human settlement management, 3, promoting sustainable land use planning management, 4, promoting the integrated systems in human settlements. Promote and sit. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Okay, hold on, wait. 4, promoting the integrated provisions of environmental infrastructure, water, sanitation, drainage, and solid waste management. 5, promoting sustainable energy and transport systems in human settlements. 6, promoting settlements, planning, and management in disaster-prone areas. 7, promoting sustainable construction industry activities. And 8, promoting human resource development and capacity building for human settlement developments. Now, I forgot to put this slide in here, y'all. So let me do this real quick. because I need y'all to see and understand how this correlates to the immigration issue. And I forgot to put this slide in here, y'all. Slide to the left. Oop, oop, oop. Slide to the right. Let's hop one time. Right click last time. And cha-cha, real smooth. All right. So what that is, and what that sounds like, sustainable development, a human settlement, to me also sounds like a smart city. All right, a smart city is a modern urban area that uses technology, sensors, and data analytics to improve the quality of life for its residents. Smart cities use information and communication technologies to increase efficiency, improve government services, um, improve citizen welfare, reduce environmental impacts. Look, when I tell you guys all of this goes together and mashes up. It's just that the way that they put it to us is like how they do the Bible, where it don't just read from back to forth. You literally have to like go through and pick out the different verses that they're doing and put it together to make the actual story. Because I tell you guys a lot of times it's not just what people say, it's also what they don't say. I promise you it is. And it's a lot that they do and it's a lot that they don't say. Sometimes silence say 1,000 words, y'all. So reduce environmental impact. Okay, that is one of the goals in the whole in the whole wildlands project, right? Right. Okay. So look, stay with me, y'all. Stay with me, y'all. I'm telling y'all, watch how this come together. So it says some features of a smart city include technology. I be look, it be in my head. But when I go through that little filtration process, it don't come out right. Look, the technology. Y'all know what I'm saying. The development of the technology, okay? Online government service and enhanced transportation system, more secure public spaces. That means y'all just going to have a whole lot of popos. Sustainable development. Um, some examples of smart city include. This is where it gets interesting though. This is where it gets interesting though. Let's click this one. 12 smart cities in the United States. Boop. Let's get on that. All right, so let's go up. So let's see. Boop, boop, boop. All right, top 12 smart cities in the United States. Smart city examples. Okay. The following list of cities with impressive smart city applications include these 6 honorable mentions. Fresco, California, Columbus, Ohio, Louisville, Kentucky, Georgia, Iowa, Florida, and these 12 smart city finalists. These are the smart city finalists, right? All right. So another thing that I forgot to put in here, but I'm going to do it now. What is the sanctuary cities? Sanctuary city. All right. Sanctuary cities in the United States. Let's see. Where are the sanctuary cities, y'all? Okay, so you see the smart cities here, the list of the smart cities. Let's go to the list of the sanctuary. The sanctuary cities. Do you see the connection? Do you see the connection? Y'all see? Do you see the connection? All right, so let's see. What is a sanctuary city? All right, let's see if I can find one that has the definition. A sanctuary city is a city that limits or denies it's corporations with the national government enforcing immigration law. So, the sanctuary cities are cities where the immigrants are now, or the migrants are now being bused. The cities where they're placing these migrants are sanctuary cities. You'll see a correlation between the cities where the migrants are being bused and the cities that are that have, let me see, here we go, that are the runner-ups for the smart cities, the 12 cities that are runner-ups for the smart cities. How is that a correlation, or how does that, like just what you trying to say, just what I'm trying to say is they're busing the migrants to these cities and to these places where they want to implement sustainable development. They want to be able to initiate and put these laws into place that is going to regulate the electricity, regulate the water, put more technology into place, have everything implemented with camera and everything else. I have a chance. I have a I have a video where I did Agenda 2050. Agenda 2050 is how they want to mix the EMS up with everything else. The emergency response system, they want that to be like connected to, say, if you get food stamps, or if you ever been to jail, or if you have a mental health issue. They want to put all of that into one database, into one, place, so that if the ambulance they come pick you up, they can type your name and your social into the little ambulance database and get all of your information. If you get food stamps, if you have Medicaid, and the reason why they're going to say it's okay to see if you have food stamps and what's going on in social services is they're going to put it under the guise of looking at your medical insurance. So if you have public medical insurance, like medical assistance, you know that the medical assistance, you do that at the same place that you get food stamps. You do that all at the same place. So that's how they're going to, say, oh, well, it just shows up. And, if you go to get any help from the government, you have to put on there if you have been locked up. Not only that, but all of that is government. It's all connected. So the Agenda 2050, and I have that somewhere on here. It should be under, how I have, those little when you have all your little related videos under one thing. It should be under like the laws or something under that video. The Agenda 2050 is the healthcare, putting everything in technology. There are a few 2030 agendas that also deal in dabble in technology as well. So there is a correlation with the smart cities uh, and where the migrants are going. It is. So let's see. Let's go back. It says smart cities use data and technology to create efficient, improve sustainability, create economic development, and enhance the quality of life factors for people living and working in the city. Uh, it says a variety of different data sets may need to be integrated into create a smart energy infrastructure. Now, smart energy infrastructure means they're going to regulate the electricity you use. They're going to make sure that you don't use too much electricity. And how are they going to do that? And that goes back to the Wildlands project. The Wildlands project to where is though, you see how I showed you guys the image and how and look, let me make this big again. I'm sorry. And how there are different places, how the red is absolutely no people there, and dang it, what I just do, y'all? I done did something. Hold on. Ooh, this isn't bad. Let's go. Let's put this. Let's try this, y'all. The Wildlands Project returns. So it says, and they keep putting it on the climate crisis. 20 billion for the climate crisis conversation program. So hold on. I don't like using certain things that be talking about, oh, the radical left or radical right. Because I really don't want to have that type of discussion when I talk about things like this, because I just want to go on facts when I talk about this. I'll say my beliefs and my feelings, but when I bring you guys information, I really want to just talk about the facts. So I'm not going to use this article right here, as I am not. However, I do want you guys the summit of the future. Um, multiple, and this is this year, the summit of the future, 2024. Major global pandemic, the Ukraine war, and the triple planetary crisis, among others, have challenged our international institutions and unity around our shared principles and common goals with both crucial and urgent. The Summer of the Future is a once in a generation opportunity to enhance cooperation on critical challenges and address gaps in the global governance. Um, Reaffirm existing commitment, including to the Sustainable Development Goals. I just talked to you about that. And I have a video about the Agenda 2030 and the United Nations Charter, and towards um move towards mutual systems. Where am I at? That is better positioned. Okay, that is better positioned to positively impact people's lives. All right. The SDG summit was in 2023. Member states will consider ways to lay the foundation for more effective goals. So what they're going to do at this summit is they're going to put it in overdrive. They're like, look, and this right here is the timeline. You had 2015, they did the 2030 agenda. 2020, the UN 75 declaration. Okay. And so that's to address the current and future challenges. And then you had 2021, our common agenda. And then you had the SDG summit, Sustainable Development Guidelines. And then the Summit of the Future. And then the 2024. This is where the pact, this is where they're going to sign all of this. In September of this year, they are going to sign all of this into play. Everything that I have been trying to tell y'all and warn y'all about, they're going to sit down and they're going to be like, all right, bet. And then it's going to go, like, once this hit, it's going to go into overdrive. And I do believe that they feel like they're going to make enough ruckus, because I tell people all the time, they don't take our freedom and stuff like that. They can make all the plans they want to, but it only works if the regular everyday people say, oh my God, take the guns. Oh my God, we need to get checked. Oh, like that's why you see they are amping up. Like the school shootings is getting crazy. It's getting amped up. So now they done brought a lot of the migrants here, and I do believe the migrants are serving two purposes. However, I'm going to talk about that in the third in the third and the last one. I'm not going to talk about this one, but I can get ahead of myself. This one, I'm just talking about the United Nations and the part that it's going to play in how the migrants are going to be used and how they are being placed. because I do believe that a lot of these quote unquote migrants are United Nations soldiers. I do believe that a lot of these tanks that we saw come over here. You see this Secretary General report back to the General Assembly. You remember in 2020 where we started seeing all of those tanks come across here? I do believe those tanks were going to be used for the United Nations soldiers, because I don't believe that the United States was able or would have been able to get our own soldiers to go against us. And if you see, and I had showed you in the beginning, the person who ran the United Nations, or what's his, oh shoot, the Secretary General of the United Nations, kind of have this, he's Hispanic. I don't know, it just seems like, but the last name, y'all. So I'm just saying, I don't know 120%, but it seems like it. Hey Best, hey sis, hold on. How you doing, sis? I'm sorry. Let me see. It's okay. Yeah. So you saw a lot of tanks and stuff as well. Yes. I believe that, that was setting up the stage. And as you can see, they tell us everything that they're going to do. Like they're putting it out here. So Guerrero, I believe that's his name, Guerrero. Hold on, let's see. Let's go back. Let's go back. The United Nations. Um, let me see. Oh no. Let's go here. Let's go. Let's go back. Cause y'all know. Cause y'all. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I am sorry. Summit of the future. No. I think his name was Guerrero. I am not 100% sure, but I think my good sir name was Guerrero. All right, so let's go home. Home, place where I belong. All right, so multi-stakeholder forum. Okay, no, just because good sis, you would just start looking at stuff. Let me see. Vision. No, we could I'll just go here. I don't know. Hopefully it'll say, let's see, memberships, structure, let me see. So funds, government, United Nations system includes funds, government, research, training, institutes, and other bodies. So look, they have a lot of different. Oh shoot! Hold on, y'all. These are the agencies. This is the specialized agencies of the United Nations. Look. Hold on, y'all. I'm glad I clicked on this. Oh shoot! I'm sorry. Y'all know I got a touch screen. Is this it? Look, y'all. Look at the agencies. You have the Food and Agriculture Organizations, and that's in Rome and Italy. International Civil Aviation, International Fund for Agricultural, International Labor, Maritime Organization, the Monetary Fund, Telecommunications Union. Hold on. United Nations Education, Science, and Cultural Organization, the United Nations Industrial Development, the World Tourism Organization, the Universal Postal Union, the Sweden. I heard, what did I hear about that? It was something, y'all. I gotta go back, y'all. Oh shoot, things are starting to connect. The World Bank Group in Washington, D.C., World Health Organization in Switzerland, the World Intellectual Property in Switzerland, and the World Meteorological Organization in Switzerland. That's crazy. Telecommunications, labor. It's a lot in Switzerland. And the United Nations Development Program is in New York. The Children's Fund is in New York. And the Capital Development Fund is in New York. The food program is in Italy. And the environment program is in Kenya. The nation's population fund is in New York. Human settlement program, Kenya. Um, the United Nations volunteer, Germany. Child. Let me see. So, let me see. I forgot where I saw that man's name. I think it is Guerrero, though, y'all. I think it was Guerrero, the person at the head of the United Nations. I do believe his name was Guerrero. Let me see. Is this it? The most impossible job on earth so far. 9 people have held the top. The UN Secretary General. I think this is him. Oh, since Russia's full-scale invasion, suffering 2 years. Oh, Guterres, Antonio Guterres. Where is he from, y'all? Let's do some. Let's see. Where's Guterres from? Guterres. Human rights. All right, hold on. Let's see. Where's Guterres from? Overview. 74 years. President of the European Council. Where is he from? National. He's Portuguese. He's from Portugal. He's Portuguese. Ooh. Okay, he's from Portugal, y'all. Okay. So, yeah, that's who's running the United Nations is Portugal. Well, he's at the top. Okay, he has the hardest job. He's the top of the food chain. Over there. So let me, because I'm not trying to be on here too long. It's been an hour. So let me give you guys a rundown of what I went through. A little quick rundown of what this one is about. All right. This is, like I said, is the United Nations. This is my second part of my 3 series about why I believe the migrant crisis is happening. Why I believe they're letting them come over here. I'm doing it like this so that when I do get to explain it to you guys why I believe they're coming over here, you guys can go back on my 3-part series and you can get the information, and you can see, I come to you guys with actual stuff, and I don't come to you guys with stuff that is at the top of my head. Y'all know I be getting on them websites. Y'all know I be getting on their own. I give you guys their own information. It comes out of the horse's mouth. I promise you, it comes out of Mr. Head mouth itself. Oh shit! I'm about to mess up, y'all. So I get it out of Mr. Ed's mouth himself. So let's do a quick recap at the end. So in the beginning, I told you guys about the history of the United Nations. Let me look at my notes so I can do it quick with the notes. Alice, her name was what? Alice Bailey. Alice Bailey is the creator of the publishing company. The publishing company is named Lucifer Publishing. And her books and writing was inspired by Madame Levinsky. Madame Levinsky is a very famous occultist and Satanist. They were both part of the same group. They were both part, and you guys can rewind if you didn't see it and go from the beginning, and I show you all this. They were both part of the same what is that? Order, order if you want to call it. And so what did Alice do? Alice was brought on from by the United Nations to write the foundation of the United Nations. The foundation and the philosophy of the United Nations is built on the 10 principles of Alice Bailey. And the 10 principles are, let's see. Let's get to that. Let's get to the 10 principles of Alice Bailey. And those 10 principles are: take God and prayer out of education system, reduce paternal authority over children, destroy the traditional Christian family structure. If sex is free, make abortions legal and easy, make divorce easy and legal, free people from the concept of marriage for life, make homosexuality an alternative lifestyle, debase art, make it run mad, use media to promote the change of mindset, create an interfaith movement, and get governments to make all of these laws and get the church to endorse the change. And so these 10 principles right here is the principles that were adopted by the United Nations. The United Nations has a 2030 agenda, which is the Sustainable Development Agenda. Okay, so you have the Sustainable Development Agenda. You also have the Wildlands uh, project. The Wildland project is a project to where as though they have a map, and it's this map right here, where the red is where no humans live, the yellow is where humans live, but it's I can't see it. Let me see. Oh, the yellow is, like very strict on where what the humans can do, what people can do. And then you have let me see. And then you have the areas where the Indians are going. They have the Indians reservations, and then you have military reservations. And so, but the yellow is, sustainable uh, development, or they call them human settlements. Okay, that's what they call them. It's like, oh my God, they got human settlements. Yes, they have human settlements. Human settlements is part of the 2030 agenda. Um, However, human settlements can also be called smart cities, y'all. And if you look at the correlation of the smart cities, you'll see a correlation with the smart cities and the cities that they're busing the migrants to. There are certain things in the United States called sanctuary cities. That's where a lot of immigration laws, from my understanding, is lax. So, yeah. So, yeah, a lot of these migrants are being bused to these places where smart cities that have the best, the 12 cities in the U.S. That has the best finalists, for smart cities. So you have that, and so then at the end let me see, we have the I gave you guys the timeline of, they have the summit for the future that's coming up in September, where they are going to, like, everything that they have put in place literally is going to just, they're going to sign it off. They're going to put, it says, an action oriented pact for the future will be endorsed by the heads of state government in the summit, showcasing global solidarity and current future generations. So September 2024, they're going to be signing the pact, all of the nations. And I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but before 2021, before 2001, they was not able to do this because the World Bank was not everywhere. Like, they did not run everything, because a lot of things are run with the money. It's three things. You had the money, the religion, and the force of like war, like the military. You know what I'm saying? So with those three, they went, and you know how they told us in school, Rome was out here conquering and stuff. They never stopped. This was the end goal. This was the end game of all of that. So um after 2021, they had a list. They had a list. No, 20 after 2001, after the towers, they had a list of countries that they had to get, under their thumb. And so they did that. They did it. So by 2024, everything should be done. We now see what was going on with Hamas. That is one of the last. And so yeah, so everything should be together, and they're going to sign the papers and make the pact and all that other stuff to go full steam ahead in September. So I do believe that these migrants are coming over here. They are coming over here to these cities. Because if you notice, they're not being bused just anywhere. They're being bused specific places. They're being bused specific places, and they keep being bused these places. If you guys notice, so this is my opinion. This is just what I have put together. With the stuff that I have, I've researched that yeah they want to bust them to the smart cities, because the smart cities they show the most, they're the finalists. And so y'all, that's pretty much my part two. So part three is going to be about infiltration and the laws that they're putting into play like now, because part one was about the ones that Obama put into play and the ones that were put into play in the beginning. And then part three is going to be about, the laws that are going to be put into play now. The cities that the migrants are being bused to, the laws that are being uh, put in place for them, as well as I'm going to talk a little bit more about the whole smart city situation and everything else. So, guys, that's it. Your good sis is tired. It's been an hour, and that's enough for me. I have done that. I want you guys to have a blessed day, and thank you so much for coming through. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you guys. Oh, hey, hypno. Oh, hey, hypnosis. My hypnosis. I appreciate you guys for coming back. On my other channel, I'm gonna talk about Wendy Williams. I'm not gonna do it tonight. Most likely gonna do it tomorrow. I watched that. I watched her. I love you too. I love you more. Oh my God, Bess. Um, I'm gonna talk about on my other channel. I'm gonna talk about Wendy and what's going on with Wendy. Ah, that's so sad, y'all. But I'm gonna do that on my other channel, and I'm gonna also talk about a few other things like that's going on in celebrity news on the other channel. So most likely I'll probably do that on Tuesday. So y'all come on through. How y'all like the new setup? How do y'all like the new setup? I gotta get used to it because I gotta find a way to where as though it'll be easier for me to read the screen, because I was struggling, y'all. I was struggling. Your good sis was struggling to read the screen. It'll get. I promise you, I'll get better. Or I'm gonna do I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna figure something out. It's gonna get better. I promise you, it's gonna get better. But yeah. So most likely Tuesday, or probably before, if I can get some time before Tuesday, or like tomorrow, to do the video about Wendy Williams. I'm gonna do the video about Wendy Williams. I am so sad for her. Like for real. I feel horrible about what's going on with her. Um all right, you guys. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you guys. You like my stuff set up a spot. Thank you. Thank you. So all right, y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. I'm going to see you guys later. All right. Love y'all.